going on, guys? Good to be with you guys again. I got another Denver Broncos practice report for you guys today. I told you that I was going to be out there for every practice, and I have been out there since I got back from vacation, that is. And today was a fun day, man. I got to tell you, the first couple days of pads left some to be desired, but today was great. Today was a great practice. Spirits were high, energy was high. The practice itself was the longest practice of training camp so far, and we got a lot to dive into tonight. So looking forward to giving you guys a full practice report of everything that I saw out there. This is a live episode of Mount Polumbus Speaks, so if you guys feel so inclined, always feel free to jump in and send your comments in, whether you're watching on X or whether you're watching on YouTube. You can send your comments directly on X, send your comments directly on YouTube. It will pop up live on screen right here. You'll see the comment, and I can interact with you guys. So if you've got any questions about specific players, things that I've seen, feel free to fire away, and I'll answer the best I can. Before we dive in, though, as always, need to take a quick second here to thank Safeway, title sponsor of Mount Polumbus Speaks. Couldn't do without them. Safeway is an incredible grocery store. Matter of fact, they're my favorite grocery store. They've been serving Colorado families since 1926. From fresh produce to tender cuts of meat, Safeway offers local fruits and vegetables from Colorado farms, and they serve Colorado Proud Angus beef. So know that when you go to Safeway, you are going to support local small businesses and Colorado farms, from Oloth Corn and Rocky Ford Melons to Palisade Peaches. You support local when you shop at Safeway. You can learn more at Safeway.com or shop in store today at your local Safeway. If you don't have the Safeway app on your phone, make sure you download that today. It's an incredible app. It's going to save you a bunch of money in comparison to the other delivery service apps, and they save your orders. It takes you 5 seconds. If you save one order, you can add in a couple things next week. Before you blink your eye, it'll be sitting on your doorstep if you like to get your groceries delivered to your house. So make sure you download the Safeway app today. Again, if you guys have not subscribed to Mount Polumbus Speaks and you're watching on X, please hit that link in my bio. Go on over to YouTube and hit subscribe. That's where all my content lives, and you can make sure that you don't miss out on any Mount Polumbus Speaks episodes. I did have a chance today to chat with Sean Payton after practice for 10 or 15 minutes. It was actually a really nice chat. He was in a great mood, and I'll share with you guys some of the details of that, at least the ones that I feel like were not private, and I'll get you guys caught up with that. But before we get to that, we'll do that at the end. That's called the tease right there, so you got to stick with me to the end of the episode if you want to get the Sean Payton update. And if I forget, somebody send it in on the comment section, and make sure that I remember to give you guys that update so that you don't miss out on that. Okay. What did I love about today's practice? Mainly the spirit. What I loved about today's practice, this was the first day that really felt like an old school training camp practice. Sean Payton, for a guy that comes from a Bill Parcells background, he has actually really been progressive in terms of injury prevention and kind of slowly ramping up this training camp. Today was a practice that reminded me of my days, right? It was a solid, I think it was 2.5 hours, actually. Matter of fact, it was 2.5 hours. Practice started at 10 a.m. It did not end until 12:25-ish, give or take. They got a lot of work done, including some special team stuff. And the guys came out the gates firing, dude. So the first period you do of practice is 9-on-7 team run. It's the most testosterone-filled period of practice. It's your most macho period. You don't have any wide receivers out there. Offense knows you're running the football. Defense knows you're running the football. All right, let's go. Let's go. Everybody knows what's happening here. There's no secrets. We're literally going downhill, and we're going to figure out who wants to bring the pain. The first play of practice, Drake Greenlaw comes downhill and thumps J.K. Dobbins. Thumps him. J.K. Dobbins did not really appreciate how hard he got thumped there because the previous practices, they've not been banging like this. It's really not been like this at all. So I think he caught J.K. Dobbins off guard, but it was kind of cool because J.K., yes, he was ticked off. Yes, he was chirping that I didn't know we were hitting like that. Okay, you want to hit like that? I'll bring it like that. That started the chirping. That started the chirping. J.K. Dobbins starts chirping at Dre Greenlaw. Quite frankly, if that was a live rep, though, Dre Greenlaw might have ripped his head off. Dre Greenlaw is a downhill thumping linebacker that the Broncos have not had a guy like this probably since the Super Bowl years. What's up, Dominic? Good to have you with me here, as always. Dre Greenlaw is bringing the pain downhill, and he set the tone with the first play of practice. J.K. Dobbins didn't appreciate it. He starts chirping at the defense. Next play, J.K. Dobbins comes out there. He's got a nice little run for about 6 yards. Defense thinks that they won the play. They did not. J.K. Dobbins makes sure that they know it. He goes down the line, and he's talking to every single defensive guy. Defense is talking trash. J.K. Dobbins is saying, hey, that's 6 yards. That's 6 yards. That's a good run in the NFL. And Malcolm Roach started the trash talk. Malcolm Roach did not shut up the entire day. Malcolm Roach made a big play shortly after that, slams his helmet into the ground, and gets the energy rolling. Malcolm, I had no idea was such a trash talker, but my goodness, dude, that guy did not shut up the entire practice, and it was freaking fun, man. So traditionally speaking, the way that this thing goes is that defense talks trash, offense goes about their business. Defense, yap. Offense has usually got one or two guys that will yap back. D-line, trash talkers. O-line, they don't talk trash. That's the way that it goes. But you got to have a guy or three on offense that is willing to talk some trash back. We've got some dogs on this defense. I mean, we've got dogs at every single position. And if I'm being fully honest, the defense has kicked the offense's ass throughout training camp so far. Now, I wouldn't panic about that because that's totally normal. In an NFL training camp, generally speaking, the way that it goes is that the first week, maybe the first 2 weeks of training camp, the defense is going to win far more days than the offense is going to win. It's no secret here. Defense is simple, man. Their install, it's not complicated. They put that in. They know what they're doing. Offense install, it's tough. Offense, you're thinking at the line of scrimmage. You're making mental mistakes. You're not playing fast. There's just a lot going on inside your head on the offensive side. It takes a little bit of time to get things rolling. Give me 1 second here. I'll be right back. Hold on. Sorry about that. And that's the way that it's been going early on in training camp so far. So defense has absolutely been kicking ass. The pass rush has been tremendous. The defensive line has been tremendous. The linebackers have been tremendous. Alex Singleton is out, and I got to tell you, Bailey, he looked pretty damn good today to me, and he's a guy that I don't really know a whole lot about. Bailey had to fill in at that other linebacker spot, and that was interesting because I was wondering if Justin Strnad would be that guy. But Bailey got a lot of reps at that other inside linebacker spot right next to Dre Greenlaw. The rest of 9-on-7, the offense did have a couple nice plays. R.J. Harvey had a nice little run. Jaleel McLaughlin bounced one outside. He probably would have taken that one for at least 30 or 40 yards. Audric Estime at one point. Audric Estime was coming downhill. I don't know who the linebacker was. I couldn't quite catch the number, but Audric Estime absolutely trucks some inside linebacker. Malcolm Roach, hey, listen, I don't think I'm telling any state secrets here. I mean, there are a million media members out there that all heard the exact same thing. Malcolm Roach very loudly said, about damn time, number 23, you've been here 3 years. So that was all the trash talk had been pretty friendly up to that point. That was the first trash talk that I felt like, that might have crossed a line right there. That might have ticked somebody off. Now, Slight correction to Malcolm Roach. You guys got here at the same time. You guys have both been here for 2 years, not 3 years. Doesn't matter. Malcolm Roach didn't care, and he did not shut up the entire day. Malcolm Roach reminds me a lot of Malik Jackson, the way that he's chirping out there from my Super Bowl year. And it's good, man. It's all in fun and games. After the practice, Marvin Mims was at the podium giving his presser, and Marvin Mims was asked about all the trash talk from Malcolm Roach. Marvin had a pretty funny line, actually. I wish I had the audio for you. I should have clipped it. But Marvin said, yeah, hey, listen, that's Malcolm for you. Malcolm's my locker mate. I sit next to him all day long. He never shuts up. I'm just like, hey, Malik, sorry. Hey, Malcolm, you're a fat guy. Why don't you just worry about being a fat guy? We'll worry about the rest. Solid little line from him. Those two guys actually carried it over to Twitter. Malcolm Roach gives the middle finger emoji to Marvin Mims. Marvin Mims tags the PR staff, says, hey, I think Malcolm needs some PR training. All fun and games. All good stuff, man. I love it. It's all great. I like to see it. None of it's crossing the line, except for maybe the 23 one. It's all stuff that just created fantastic energy that carried over throughout the practice. The offensive line is struggling, and that's interesting because you look at all the preseason rankings, and there's a lot of preseason rankings out there that had the Denver Broncos offensive line ranked as the best offensive line in the NFL. And they've been getting their butts whipped by this defense. I don't know necessarily what to make of it. It's very early on. I'm not panicked about it. I'm just reporting what my eyes are seeing. Garrett Bowles got destroyed by Nick Benito on one play. Jonathan Cooper blew up 2 or 3 plays. Zach Allen pretty much trucked our best guard, Quinn Miners, one of the best guards in the NFL. And Zach Allen's one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL. So it was good on good. I wondered at one point if the wide receivers were actually getting frustrated in practice, because there were a lot of reps where Cortland Sutton in particular was taking reps with the 2 and the 3 quarterbacks, with Jarrett Stidham and with Sam Ehlinger. Sam completed a nice pass to Cortland Sutton. You usually don't see your number 1 wide receiver in there with the 2s and the 3s. I don't know if that meant anything or not. Just letting you know what my eyes saw. I thought maybe the wide receivers are a little bit frustrated. Not at Bo Nix. Bo Nix is just – he's got a tough job out there right now because he's been running for his life. Bo has not been tremendous so far in training camp. He's also not been bad. He's been taking care of the football. Has not had a lot of no, as a matter of fact, I don't think he's had any interceptions, at least my eyeballs have seen. He's had some bad throws, and he finished practice really strong today. So kind of riding the roller coaster a little bit there, but always good to see him finish practice strong. I did chat with Sean Payton a little bit after practice. Not going to share overly too many details about it, but I'll just say this. Sean was in a great mood after practice, and he brought it up. He was like, how about the spirit out there today? And I said something along the lines of, yeah, Malcolm wouldn't shut up, would he? And he just chuckled, and he was having a good time with it. He was happy with his young running back, R.J. Harvey. He was happy with the way that the offense finished today. And anytime you see a head coach in that good of a mood after practice, you know that the guy was happy with the way that things went. Because, look, man, a head coach is always going to be biased to his side of the football. Sean Payton's an offensive guy. So even though my eyeballs are telling me the defense has been dominating out there, I think Sean is feeling very comfortable with where his offense is at. I think he's feeling very comfortable where his quarterback is at, and I think he's feeling great about his young running back and R.J. Harvey. So all good things, man. all good things. I thought today was just overall a tremendous practice and tremendous spirit. I took some notes out there at practice. Let me just take a look at them, see if there's anything else that I missed. Today was the third straight day of pads. So I would guess tomorrow they're going to take the pads off. Generally, you don't go 4 straight days of pads. Devon Vele was not out there. Either was Q Robinson. Let's see, what else out there? You know who's been making some plays? Has been Jonah Ellis. Jonah Ellis, who was a rookie last year. It's been cool to see him out there. He had a handful of pressures. Zach Allen is just, he's a dude. He's just a dude. And with Cortland Sutton getting his contract done, Zach Allen's going to be the next up. So I don't know if the Broncos will get that deal done before the season begins or not. I'm sure they're going to try to. I'm sure Zach would love to have that deal done before the season begins. I would guess they do, but I'm not overly positive about that. I'd put it like 70, 75% that they get that new deal done. I don't think the Nick Bonito deal is going to get done. That's going to take some time. Nick Bonito has got a lot of reasons to want to wait. I think the edge market is just out of control right now, and any edge rusher that is up for a deal right now, they're all going to want Micah Parsons to get his deal done before they sign. So even though Nick Bonito is not going to be looking at anything close to Micah Parsons' money, Micah Parsons resets the market. That just makes it higher and higher for the guys that are down below him. I think I said on yesterday's podcast or the day before that, maybe it's on the radio show, I can't remember. I was talking about our pass rushers, and I feel like we got a bunch of really good pass rushers, but not necessarily an elite one. I might be wrong. I don't know, man. I might be wrong. Nick Bonito might be elite. Jonathan Cooper, he might be getting close to elite. I mean, we know that Zach Allen is elite. I don't necessarily include him in that category because I'm really talking about the edge rushers more than I'm talking about the interior defensive line. But you know, these guys they're doing great. They're the number one offensive line in the NFL, according to a lot of rankings, is just getting their butts whipped right now. And it's cool to see this young and very, very talented defense do exactly what we expect them to do. And we expect this to be a top 5 defense. If this defense is not top 5, that'll be a huge disappointment when the season is all said and done. What else? What else I got here? J.K. Dobbins, so it's felt like to me in the first few practices that R.J. Harvey was getting the majority of the number 1 carries at the running back position. Today it was clear that J.K. Dobbins, it was his day. What's up, Justin? Appreciate you watching. But good to have you on here with me live. Anybody else out there that's watching, this is a live show. You can send your comments in. I'm not going to hang out with you guys too much longer, so if you have any questions about specific players or anything that's going on out there, send in your comments. They'll pop up live just like that one just did, whether you're watching on X or whether you're watching on YouTube. Good to have all you guys with me. But today was clearly a J.K. Dobbins focused day. I originally thought that J.K. Dobbins would be the starting running back on this team for at least the first half of the season, and I still think he's going to be the starting running back on day 1, but it's pretty damn obvious Sean Payton is in love with R.J. Harvey. So when I originally thought that J.K. will probably hold on to that position until the midway mark, maybe we're talking about week 3. Maybe we're talking about week 4. All R.J. Harvey really has to do to become the number 1 running back on this team is – what's up, Lonnie? I'll answer that in just a minute. Sorry. All R.J. Harvey really has to do on this team is prove that he can be reliable on third down. And if he can prove that he'll be reliable on third down, he will be the starting running back on this team sooner rather than later. But he did get his ass blown up yesterday, as all running backs do. Again, not something that I'm panicked about, but he did get his ass blown up in pass protection yesterday. I don't know about undrafted dark horses showing face, but I'll give you a guy that you probably don't know his name that is balling. Trent Sherfield, who we picked up in free agency from the Minnesota Vikings. He was billed as being a special teams guy. He's a wide receiver, and he's making plays all over the place. So Trent Sherfield is a guy that everybody is noticing right now. I can't say that any undrafted guys are necessarily popping off the charts right now, but we're very early on, and there's plenty of time to have a Cinderella story pop up. Lonnie asks, who is my favorite teammate? I don't know. That's a tough one to ask. Funniest teammate I ever had? That's an easy one to answer. Aqib Talib is freaking a riot. Aqib Talib's the only dude I've ever played with that could interrupt a team meeting, tell the head coach, hey, I got something to say, crack a joke, and the head coach does nothing but laugh. Aqib was a freaking riot. That entire defense in 2015, though, dude, they were all a bunch of characters. That was a really fun year. Every single dude on that defense was a bunch of characters. And they wouldn't shut up either. None of those dudes ever shut up. I mean, when we're talking about Malcolm Roach and all the trash talk that he had, 2015, Malik Jackson didn't shut up. Derek Wolfe didn't shut up. Aqib Talib didn't shut up. Chris Harris didn't shut up. Our safeties were a little bit more quiet. TJ Ward talked some trash. Darian Stewart was a little bit more quiet. Vaughn didn't talk a lot of trash, actually, but Vaughn would hit you with his Dancing with the Stars routine whenever he'd beat you, so I guess that was his way of talking trash. DeMarcus Ware, he never talked trash. DeMarcus Ware, he spent all his time in practice coaching up the young bucks and even coaching up the offensive line when they would get beat. So that's where those guys were at. I think that's about all I've got for you guys tonight. Since I'm jumping on with you guys pretty much every night, giving you guys these practice reports, they'll be a little bit shorter than they usually are. But make sure that you guys tune in and subscribe. If you've not subscribed to the podcast, hit the link in my bio on X, going over to YouTube. It'll take you 3 seconds, and you'll make sure that you don't miss out on any of my content. I'm usually putting out these live episodes somewhere around 7 o'clock at night. So if you want to jump on with me, I'll be on with you again tomorrow night. So until then, appreciate Safeway, the title sponsor.